What's going on, guys? My name is CD, and as you know, I enjoy making videos on basically anything that I'm enjoying to play at that moment. It could be Fortnite, usually Call of Duty, but we're in a little bit of a slump right now. But I am super excited to bring you guys today's video. I found you a list of rumored weapons for Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and we're going to go through them and talk about what could be in our next Call of Duty game. So I found this list on Twitter. I don't think it is confirmed by any means. I don't know if somebody just threw this together of what could possibly be in the game, as we know that the time era of the game is in 2019. It is in the now, but it's just kind of fun to talk about it and talk about the possibilities of the weapons that could be in Modern Warfare. The list is right here, as you guys can see. We're going to go through each weapon class. We're going to kind of fly through them because we don't even know if these are actually in the game. These are rumored, as I said, but let's just talk about each one. All right, so assault rifles, my favorite class. We got the KK-47, which I would assume is the AK-47. I don't know what a KK-47 is, but we all know what an AK is. It's been in many Call of Duty games. Next one on the list is the FAMAS, and this is maybe the one I'm most excited about here. The FAMAS, if you guys remember from Black Ops 1, was a fully auto FAMAS, but I believe the one they're mentioning here is the 3-round burst FAMAS from, I believe it's MW2. As they are talking about in the now, I believe it's a 3-round burst FAMAS. Still should be a great weapon, still something I'm looking forward to playing with. Next we have the Lynx, which after a little bit of research, there isn't a ton out there on an assault rifle called the Lynx. There's a few pictures and stuff of snipers, and if you remember back in, I don't even know, Ghost maybe, there was a sniper called the Lynx, but this says it's an assault rifle, so I'm not sure what to think about that. We're just gonna have to wait and see. Next up is the M4A1. We've seen this in previous Call of Duties as well. Usually low recoil, medium high rate of fire, fully automatic weapon. Usually pretty good, but usually not the best. But every game changes, so we'll just have to wait and see. The Scar H is next up on the list. We've seen this one again multiple times. We know kind of what the sights look like, how it fires. Not much to say about the Scar. It's a good gun to have in a game. It's usually a pretty decent weapon, but again, that depends on the game. I guess we'll see how it goes. The Siege MCX. I've never heard of this weapon. I found this picture here. It reminds me actually more of like a submachine gun. So I have nothing to say about this weapon. I don't know how it's going to be used. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. It looks more like a sub, so maybe it'll be more like a sub AR hybrid. I'm not sure. The FAL, or the FAL, and we've seen this one before. This is a single shot semi-auto assault rifle that has been pretty deadly in previous games. Sometimes they've actually made it like a 2-hit kill. I think maybe headshot and body shot, I don't know, but it's been pretty cool in other games, and a good single shot weapon makes for a pretty fun assault rifle class. So I'm looking forward to if the FAL is back. And finally, to round out the assault rifles here, we have the Ash 12, which I have no idea what to think. Again, similar to the Siege, I think I said, it looks like a hybrid, like a sub AR hybrid. I have no idea what to think about it. I've never heard of it before, but it looks more like a submachine gun to me, I'm gonna be honest. Next up is the SMGs, and I'm gonna kind of fly through these. I have pictures over here, but I believe all of the SMGs on this list have been in previous Call of Duty, so we kind of know what to expect from most of these. So we got the MP7, which we've seen before and has been pretty good in, I don't want to say this wrong, MW2, MW3. There was a good MP7. The MP5, which has been good in other games. The Bison, which I believe is from Ghosts. It was okay, wasn't great, but it was there. Then we have the AK-74U, which if you guys have played the original Modern Warfare 4, whatever you want to call that one, the AK-74U is amazing. Probably one of the best subs in that game for sure, so we'll see. We'll see how that one stacks up here in Modern Warfare. Next up on the list is the Mini Uzi, which we have seen before. Black Ops 1, somewhere a while ago, was not a good weapon. So we'll kind of see. It reminds me of, what the heck was that gun called? The Mac 11 or something like that. Also bad gun. Can't say I'm looking forward to the Mini Uzi. Not much to talk about there. High rate of fire, terrible accuracy. We'll see. But up next is probably the most interesting gun on the SMG's list, and that is the AUG. I would expect the AUG to be an assault rifle because it has been, I think, a couple times. So it's interesting to see it on the submachine gun list. I don't know. That very odd to me. But again, this isn't like a confirmed list. This is a rumored list, so maybe it's in the game, but it's actually an assault rifle. We'll see. And finally, to round out the SMGs, we have the P90, the trusty old P90. We've seen it a couple times. It's usually pretty decent. Hip-fire weapon. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But if that's in the game, I mean, it's probably going to be a pretty good gun. The next list on here is rocket launchers. I'm not even going to put up pictures because why does it really matter what the rocket launchers look like? A javelin, we've seen that in previous Call of Duty. The rocket goes like, shoo, and then it comes down and whatever. That was actually okay for like spawn kills. Interesting. The regular old RPG with the missile that doesn't really go straight. I have no idea what a Carl Gustaf is. Alright, so I looked up what a Carl Gustaf is. It looks like this. No idea how that's going to work. You like hold it in front of you. I don't know. No idea. And then you have the Stinger. So shooting stuff down with it. So next up is the pistols. I'm not going to go through these because, I mean, they're exactly what you'd expect. Pistols, we have X16, 1911, SIG P320, and then the two interesting ones, the 44 Magnum, which we've seen a few times, and the Deagle. So really the only real interesting one on there is the Deagle because that's probably the only one most people are going to use, or the 44 Magnum. So I'm not going to go through those. That's what we kind of expect from a in the now Call of Duty game. So good luck with the Deagle. So next one is melee, which is a little interesting. So instead of like a knife, or in the previous Call of Duties, it's been like a gun butt or a punch or whatever you want to call it. We have the riot shield, which always brought good times in the previous games, and then two combat knives. Now I don't know if that means like one in either hand, or if that means there's two different combat knives that you can get. So maybe this kind of makes it seem like a combat knife would make it a one-hit knife if you equip that. Whereas if you just have a weapon, it's a two-hit kill again for the melee, which I actually kind of like panic knives, where it's just one hit, you stab them and they're dead. I enjoy that. I know other people like the two-hit melees, but interesting melee list. Onto the snipers, we have the AS50, which I feel like we've seen before. This thing looks like an absolute beast. I think we have seen this one before. More than likely a quick scoper's gun, whatever you want to call it. We will see. I mean, you always got to feel out the snipers to see which one's the best. There's always a standout sniper, so we'll see. The next two snipers do not pique my interest. The TAC-50, as you guys can see, I can already tell more than likely, maybe it is. You know, I was going to say more than likely it's like a semi-automatic sniper, you know, where it's like, I don't even know if that's the correct wording. But one of the snipers that you hit them like 5 times and they still don't die, like no one uses it. The next one up on the list is the Dragunov, which we've known in previous Call of Duties. You can hit somebody twice with it sometimes in the chest or in the legs and they still don't die. Basically a headshot machine or a hardcore player's sniper. We're more than likely looking for the bolt action snipers, the heavy snipers. And next up on the list is nothing. It says one more sniper, name not mentioned. So maybe the secret sniper is going to be the best one. I don't have a clear list here. It's only 4 snipers. Maybe that's right. There's usually about 4 or 5. But the AS50 is kind of looking like it right now. The next class on the list is interesting. So it's marksman rifles, and we've seen this more as of late in the previous Call of Duty games where they have snipers and then marksman rifles. So we have the Kar98, which is interesting because to me, the Kar98 is an older weapon, like we would see in a game 50 years ago or something like that. And then same for the next weapon. We have the Winchester, which also to me is an older weapon. So I don't know. It starts to make me think that these aren't weapons that are going to be in Modern Warfare, because those would kind of not fit in, but we'll see. And then finally we have the M14 EBR, which we've seen before. This one makes sense to be on the list. The only one so far on the marksman list that makes sense. We've seen it previously. Pretty good gun, single shot. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. The next class is the LMGs. Now, I'm not going to go through them bit by bit because LMGs are really not used that much in Call of Duty, sad to say. Maybe that's different this year, but I have nothing to talk about them right now. So I'll go through them quick. The MG5, MG34, L86 LSW, and the PKM. And after a little bit of research, I do recognize, I think, all 4 of them. So nothing crazy, nothing new. We haven't used them in previous games. Why would we start now? So the last list, kind of the last list, is shotguns. And the shotguns I have here are the hunting rifle, which again, kind of seems like an older weapon, but hunting rifle seems more of a broad term. So we'll see what that means. And then they have the REM 870 or the Model 6, which doesn't mean anything to me, but after a little research, it is a shotgun, go figure. Looks like a normal like Remington pump action shotgun that we would see in a Call of Duty. And then finally we have the Origin 12, which just look at this thing. This thing looks insane. It's probably going to be awful and no one's ever going to use it, but it looks crazy and I don't know. Might be something I'll have to look into. I have no idea. It looks like a drum shotgun, which usually sucks, so go figure. So that is all of the real list or the real weapons, but they do also have on this list planned weapons, probably DLC, potentially DLC weapons. So they have the ACR, which I'm over the moon about. I love the ACR. Everybody loves the ACR from MW2, and it was an MW3. It's a good gun, and if it comes to Modern Warfare, I don't know why it's not in the assault rifles to begin with. Why has it got to be a DLC weapon? I guess just to keep the game fresh, whatever you want to say. Next, we have the M16. Everybody knows what the M16 is. 3-round burst, probably a great gun. The next two I had a hard time finding any information about. The M91 Custom, the only information I could kind of get was it looked like maybe a sniper, and then the M13 Custom, which kind of looked like a sub, maybe an AR, but not a lot of info on what exactly those are. I'm also not a big guns person in real life, so maybe somebody else knows what they are. If you do, put it in the comments down below, so we can all figure that out. And then finally, very interestingly, they just have fists, like your fist. So I don't know why that wouldn't be in the game originally, why that's DLC. Like obviously it's a melee weapon similar to the riot shield we talked about and then the 2 combat knives, but they have fists. So I don't know what to think about that. And that concludes the rumored weapons list for Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. I hope you guys are getting more excited about this game as we keep finding little things out about, even though this probably maybe isn't even fully true. Rumored weapons, it's fun to think about what could possibly be in the game. Maybe a few of these fall into the game, we'll see. So if you guys did enjoy the video, please click that like button down below. It lets me know that you guys enjoyed it, that I should make more content like this. Sub if you guys have not already. We have a ton more content coming real soon, and as soon as Modern Warfare gets closer and closer and actually comes out, I'm gonna have a ton of videos going up. We'll see you later.